I think I'm starting to understand why I've been so apprehensive about coming back to DDLC. I knew that it touched on subjects like this. I didn't realize it was going to touch on them to this level. I have clinical depression. About this time 10 years ago was when it really started to set in and get really bad. And about 7 years ago is when I hit absolute rock bottom. I was at my lowest point. I don't remember if I've talked about this on stream or not. Reading Sayori's words on the screen, I'm basically hearing a younger me. Not exactly the same circumstances or situation, but you get so good at hiding your depression from the people who care about you because you don't want them to worry about you. Because in your mind, there's nothing that they can do for you. And wearing that mask for so long almost killed me. Because I was too ashamed to reach out or admit to anyone that I needed help. Hell, that long ago, I didn't even really realize that I was sick. I knew so little about depression and mental health, mental illness, that I didn't even realize that something was wrong. I thought it was all just me. That every decision I made was a mistake. That no matter what I did, it was going to result in failure. And that I was never going to truly amount to or achieve anything in my life. And it started this downward spiral that just kept going and going, lower and lower, faster and faster. And eventually, yes, it did get to a point where I knew I was, like, not okay. But I used to be a very proud person, and to an extent, I still am to this day. But I was so much so back then that my pride would not let me admit even to myself that I needed help, and it almost killed me. I don't know what it was that night that kept me alive. If it was divine intervention, or if there was still somewhere in my soul a single spark of hope that was just strong enough to stay my hand from doing something stupid that night. But it was only after that I finally was able to admit to myself that I needed help. And so I started seeking it out. And ever since that day, I've been improving. It's a roller coaster. There's hills and there's valleys, there's ups and there's downs. But I can safely say I'm in a far better place now than I was 7 years ago. I still have depressive episodes where I don't want to get out of bed, where I don't want to do anything, where my brain is just filled with nothing but fog. But it's gotten a lot easier for me to not only manage it, to recognize what's happening, but also easier to talk about it. And I found that just being able to talk to someone about it, even if there's literally nothing they can do, just being able to talk to someone about it, having someone to listen, it helps far more than you can imagine. TLDR, when I picked up this game again, I didn't expect to see myself on the screen. I did not expect to see my younger self talking back to me. So that's kind of hitting me in a way. It's kind of reminded me of a time that I like to forget. Like, I forget in that I acknowledge that it happened, but I have since learned the lessons from it and have moved on. It's not a period of time in my life that I like to dwell on. I was a much different person back then. I was a completely different person back then. And I was a person that I am not proud of. I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of dumb decisions, and those decisions ended up hurting a lot of people. I burned so many bridges back in the day. Because I didn't know what was wrong with me or how to help myself get better. And looking back, I know that none of that was really my fault, but it's not. There's no excuse. So, I look at where I am now versus where I was 7-8 years ago. Seven years ago, I was struggling. I was barely able to stay afloat. And hell, I wasn't even staying afloat on my own. I was getting a lot of financial help from my parents at the time. And now, I look at where I'm at. I think about where I'm at. I think about who I'm with. And it makes me so happy that I survived that night. Because if I hadn't, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the people that I have in my life. I wouldn't have the opportunities, the things that I have. I wouldn't be here. I look up at my bedroom wall where I have all of my convention badges that I've collected from events that I've been to in the years since that night. And I think about all the amazing experiences that I've had at those events. I look at the prototype HCW title belt on my wall, and I think about the fact that we just had our 15th HCW show. HCW would never have been a thing if I hadn't survived that night. So I just look around at everything and everyone that I have in my life, and I am so grateful for everything and everyone that make living this life worth it.